Yeah, let's do it.
I just think it was so much funny to have this conversation while we're recording. Is all.
Yes, absolutely. Me too.
Welcome to 3D's Podcast.
Hello. Yes, the monthly pullers are back. Bi-monthly pullers.
We pull when we can. We pull when we can.
Dakota is recovering from COVID, so we had to take a little bit of time off, but he looks to be in decent health now. I mean, as decent as his health ever was.
Just high cholesterol. We're good.
I know you're true about that. All right, so we read Ask for Mercy as we promised like fucking 4 months ago after Justin read this comic book in our episode.
Okay. Yeah.
And he sold us a bag of goods.
I sure did. I sold them on season 3 though, and these guys read season 1. So if you listen to that episode, you're totally hearing about season 3 of Ask for Mercy, and these two gentlemen read season 1.
We read things in order.
You know, I like to start the beginning of things.
Because they were so excited to hear a certain part of that season 3, and they not once did they ask me in 3 weeks about, hey Justin, that thing you talked about in the podcast, we haven't read it yet. Is it coming up and where? Because I showed.
My god! I thought for sure. I was like, oh, my dumbass picked the wrong comic book to read, even though he specifically told me. And I'm just like, where the fuck? Yeah, I was mad.
I was sitting there like, how are they gonna just go from where we're at in what season 1 is to just Trump getting slaughtered?
So I never read season 1. So tell me all about season 1.
Okay, so season 1 is Ask for Mercy versus the Nazis.
Finds the Spear of Destiny coming from the Pantheon.
Oh yeah, the Spear of Destiny is a real thing.
They just throw everything, man. They're like, hey man, was this popular? It's there. I was just sitting there like, none of this goes together.
Oh man, like the Budgie, that character was kind of like stupid to me. All the characters kind of like do everything.
They also weren't in the timeline for World War II, by the way. They flat out started in 2018, and they're like, it'd be real cool if we made another Secret Wars comic for World War II, because that was a very popular thing, was the whole Secret Wars happening during World War II. Oh, Hitler wasn't the actual big bad. There was secret shit going on. So they hit that niche hard. They were like, oh, yeah, man, World War II, well, that's when we're going to fight. People are going to possess the bodies of Nazis. That's how we're going to do this because it makes sense timeline-wise. And there's no other way we could have done this. Everything happened in the past, and we found you in the future, but time is relative. It's all going to work out. Don't think too hard about it.
That's kind of explained when, I believe Justin had said something about this before, about how she was, blasted into all of time. So there's different, you can find Mercy at any time in the universe. And there's like a different Mercy at that time. So that was kind of explained in season 1, but
not well.
No, there's no weird whale aliens killing Donald Trump in this.
This makes me so happy that you read the wrong thing. This makes me so happy.
Shut up. Oh, God. It's not even fair. It's not fair.
Well, here, I'll save you some time. It's issue 3 of season 3. That's all you have to read.
Okay.
I
like the artwork.
Yeah. I thought if it's similar to our season 3, the artwork was really enjoyable. I really liked it. So I know Dakota hated it.
Yeah. I like the watercolor. You're not a fan of the watercolor kind of style, like the painty art of it, Dakota?
No, I like the art. I hated the comic in general. Season 1, I just thought was abysmally terrible.
Okay.
It was just it was literally just to try and grab as many people as they could to read it. They're like, let's literally throw everything that people know a minute about from history, but not necessarily enough, so we could just fuck it up for the people who do know. Like,
if I was a fan of April Fool's jokes, I would have totally done this for our April Fool's episode.
Oh God, no, and like,
no,
so-
see, Justin, it was your subconscious pulling an April Fool's joke on us.
That's right.
You had to fool even yourself to pull it off, and well played, sir. Well played.
So I was telling Justin, my actual only thing I really liked about this comic is I think whoever wrote it was like super clever, and they wanted to put something in there that nobody would think about. The main guy, Alzarin, that's a compound of red dye, and he's got a red eye. So I was just like, he's literally named after a compound in red dye, and then he's got a red eye. So I just was like, those two things put together. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but Alzarin is literally just a compound of red dye without the E. And so he's red dye with a red eye.
No, he was lost for a fucking name.
It was just funny. I was like, that was clever.
I was like, what am I gonna name this guy? And then he was looking at his red paint like, Texas Neon called it a day.
Yeah, he liked his watercolors. He wanted to prove it.
That's incredible.
All right, so season 1, it starts off in 2018, but then like a bunch of weird shit starts happening, and like they don't really do a good job of like, I never really felt like I had a handle on what was going on.
They were kind of doing that on purpose because Mercy, but like everyone's like, Alzarin should have explained it to you. Bitch, he didn't. So fucking say something. Like, if he should have explained it, why aren't you at this point? Like, they kept on saying he should have explained it. Okay, we've established he hasn't explained it though. So fucking go ahead. And they never do. They never do. They leave this bitch in the dark forever. They just keep telling her, hey, you should have known. All right, but wait, I don't.
No, but the reader gets, like, you get to know what's going on. Like, eventually, like, they kind of explain how everyone's from a different, they're from a different universe, and this evil species is out there just like killing everything in front of them, and like Alzarin was tricked, and then the king of magic was corrupted, and he it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff in this thing.
A lot of stuff.
They did not do a good job. Yeah, they fired it straight out of a t-shirt cannon, and it was just not. It's not well handled at all. I agree with Dakota. I was like, man, like when Justin explained it, it sounded kind of good. I don't understand.
We got the shit.
But Justin did a better job of telling you what's going on, so you're like, oh, okay, this is happening. Like, they just don't do that in the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, season 3 does do that as well, but it is one storyline, right? Like, aliens are coming. They're going to destroy the world. How do we resolve that? Can we resolve that? That's season 3. That's a straight line.
They abused like different ways of phrasing "ask for mercy." By the way, far more than we abuse pooling it. All right.
Oh my god! Yeah, like we don't even pull half as hard as they ask for mercy.
Oh my god! Or or no mercy will be given to you as hard as we pull for it. All right.
Oh dear listener!
Oh my god, it was awful, man.
I'm so close to not having this conversation anymore.
They went so hard in ask for mercy. Literally in the first like 5 pages, they asked for mercy like 3 times and referenced ask for mercy, and like every single time like a new entity came in, is like, oh, ask for mercy, and it would like say it with alien text, like literally.
That's right.
Beg for mercy.
Beg for mercy.
Beg for mercy.
No mercy shall be given.
Where is mercy?
I'm mercy, by the way.
No mercy for you. It would like literally every single.
I'm glad I didn't read season 1.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you started with season 3. I mean, I'm glad you did, I guess, because you had a good experience.
So what happened, and I'll tell you what happened, right? So you said, hey, let's find comic books we each want to read. And I only had access to Comixology. So I filtered on first issues published that week. So that fit the category of what was the first issue and was released within so people could actually be like, okay, this is the first issue. If they follow on the podcast, what are some recent comic books that are coming out, right? So that's how I got to
you.
season 3, issue 1.
All right.
I think he has to read it.
Wow.
Hard pass on that. So
yeah, you have to read season 1.
I don't. I really don't. I got the magnitude from you. So obviously, dear listener, season 1 isn't good, and season 3 you might like. I enjoyed it; it was fun. But this brings up a topic I wanted to kind of talk to you about. Since this was like an Amazon-only exclusive comic book that was written by Amazon, do you foresee, like, with the Lord of the Rings movies coming and things, or TV show? Sorry, will that be a comic book? I have to imagine. Why wouldn't they kind of pair up their in-house TV shows that could lend itself to a comic book, to comic books?
Probably.
Could you see that being a thing? I could.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Smallville's still going. They make a comic book for everything.
Oh, gross. Smallville is so stupid. Smallville, Kansas, center of the universe. Like, let's just fucking. Anyway,
worse.
We lost a lot of listeners there, Max. There's a lot of Smallville fans.
No, I definitely see them, especially with a big title like Lord of the Rings. That's absolutely something they could do. But like, if I wasn't like, I'm burnt out on Lord of the Rings, I might be excited about that. But I watched when the DVD extended versions came out. I watched all 3 back to back, and then I've never watched anything Lord of the Rings ever again after that.
How shiny that is!
Always.
Yeah. So.
Always have it available. I literally just watched, I was like, oh, I'm off work for COVID. I can't go into work. Lord of the Rings marathon.
So
I can't do it. I'm done. I'm done with Lord of the Rings.
So I will say one of the big depressing things for COVID, because amongst a lot of things, is the theaters being shut down, is every year they do that marathon of extended feature Lord of the Rings movies in the different theaters around here, right? So there's I think it's in summer. They have they do Fellowship for a week, then Two Towers for a week, then Return of the King for a week. So, and the thing packs out. Like, it's a hard time finding a ticket. It's a lot of fun to go to those things.
I went one time. I went when they did the first Hobbit movie, because I was working at the movie theater when the first Hobbit movie came out. And so I
haven't seen any of the Hobbit movies.
I was just able to go for free. The Hobbit's whatever. It's
not as good as the Lord of the Rings by a long shot.
No, they tried way too hard, and then they did good with.
I'm definitely glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they did really good with the first 2 movies, and then Battle for 5 Armies was just.
Look at that face he's making.
It was almost as bad as Ask for Mercy season 1.
That's a poopy face.
That's a bad face. Yeah,
it was still better than Ask for Mercy season 1, but it was not
Also, I'm not a prequel fan. I don't like prequels just because I know what happens. I already know how this is like. Bitch, I can tell you how it ends. So that's that's the other reason.
Also, I mean, The Hobbit was made first just because it wasn't in your time. They didn't do a Star Wars here. Hobbit was first.
Well, okay, no, I see it, but the way I came in was Star Wars style. And also, they made the movie Star Wars style, so don't get mad at me, bro. That's not my fault.
Amazon should have gone clever, and they should have gone Similarian style and made a TV show with all the short stories.
That would have been perfect. It'd been like Tales from the Crypt, Lord of the Rings.
Right? Good. That would have been epic.
I would enjoy that.
I might have been down, but it's ruined. Lord of the Rings is ruined for me, so I love
how
good.
You ruined it
I had a good experience. Well, I mean, no, because I'm not even saying that Lord of the Rings is bad. I enjoyed the movies, but after I watched all those back to back, seriously sat down in one day and watched all of the movies, I just can't. I can't do it anymore.
Well, one of my favorite movies is 7.5 hours long anyways, and every single time I watch it all the way through.
What movie is that?
10th Kingdom.
7.5 hours?
Mm-hmm. It was originally a miniseries, but they didn't make it a full miniseries, so they just clumped it together as one big movie. 7.5 hours.
That's not a movie.
It's got Al Bundy in it.
That's great. I'm glad Al Bundy's. That's probably why he's so angry all those stuff.
All right, so Ask for Mercy. Justin, are you aware of who the artist is?
I googled it, but I lost it. What's that?
Because I feel like the artists should get more work and the writers should not.
Yeah.
So Abigail Harding is
Good job. Good job, Abigail.
Richard Starkings is the writer, but this is more about Abigail. Good job, Abigail.
Yeah. 2 thumbs up for you. I hope somebody else really wants to do their good comment.
Yeah.
Honestly,
season 1 is a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
Season 3 does have a very, very cool scene with Donald Trump, and it's actually more relevant right now because I don't know if you guys are kind of savvy to the like conspiracy stuff that's going on, but like there's that Israeli science guy who said that like Trump has met with aliens and
I remember that.
like
He's lost his damn mind, but yes.
In July, they're supposed to release all more UFO centric stuff that was they're supposed to declassify a bunch of UFO stuff. So there is actually like some.
I believe there's aliens. I'm not sure I believe that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's all whatever until we prove it, right? But I'm just like, it's interesting to me that this came out recently, and Donald Trump gets killed by the aliens, and like in theory, this could actually happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not sure Max isn't an alien. He came into this cast today without a hat, and I haven't been able to fathom it this whole cast so far. It's been throwing me for a loop. I keep looking like maybe he
don't do it, hat. Max. No, don't do it. Oh, really?
He's like, my cover's back.
Ruined.
I wasn't okay with it. I've known you too long, Max, and in that very long amount of time, you've had a hat.
No, there's been multiple occasions where you've seen me without a hat, Dakota. You freak out every time, but there has been multiple occasions.
Every time. You're not a not hat person. You're the only person I know who I prefer in a hat.
Dang.
I don't like hats. I don't like hats, but Max
I'm not going to take offense to that.
He's the only person I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only one who can rock it. So, Justin, you got to lose your hat, bro.
You got to get rid of it. All right. I'll just burn it in front of the cast. It'll be great. Just light all my hats on fire.
Yeah, with a couple issues of Ask for Mercy season 1.
With a digital comic book Ask for Mercy, I'll light it on fire with the pages.
No, none of us read season 2 then. Is what
Nah, I think we're okay with Ask for Mercy though. It sounds like season 1 burned it out for you. I would say just jump to season 3 if you want to actually just read some of that stuff.
I'm going to read the season 3 issue 3.
Yeah, see if you like.
And see that Donald Trump panel.
I'm just going to look up the pictures for it, set it as the background on my computer for a while, and say that I read it.
Yeah. I mean, that'll work too.
I think this is good for our cast, though. This is the first one we genuinely didn't like, right? I mean, this is good.
Again, like I've got no issues with the art. I really enjoy the art.
and honestly, if you like overly complicated things that you could probably say, it's probably going to be one of those situations where a lot of people are sitting there trying to inception this. We're like, oh, you probably just didn't follow it. You'll like it if you're one of those people. If you are, don't listen to our cast.
What? No, we want all the listeners.
Hey, if you're Christopher Nolan, if you're Christopher Nolan and you can understand time moving slower and slower as you move deeper and deeper into your psyche, while time goes forward and backward at the same time, and somehow Bruce Wayne makes it back to Gotham, that's fine. This is for you. But if not, it's really cool art. Like, check out a couple pages for the art, and you can just move along. Actually, check out season 3, issue 3, because that's got the coolest thing to happen in the whole series. And leave it alone.
Yeah, or just accidentally read.
Goodness sake!
And just live in a world of bliss. Because it sounded real nice when Justin was selling it to us, but now you're sitting there like, maybe we should have.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, I was excited.
So.
Nah, screw your comic book.
Great.
And then it's like, the other thing too is like, do I go back? Like, I'm like, did I miss something? But I don't want to go back and look for it.
When we were coming,
all you had to do was ask. I could have been like, "Yo, blow those first 2 seasons off."
So no. But then if I try to skip something, Justin will yell at me because he read the whole thing, and I am not trying to read the whole thing, and you didn't even read the whole thing. This is hilarious.
I told you the reason how I got to season 3, and it's very logical. That's all.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I'm so happy though. I'm so happy that I'm just like is there something wrong with me? Like I don't know how this sounded so good and ended up so terrible.
And like I was sitting there and I was reading it, and I told Justin earlier, I was like, yeah, I was on the first season was 155 pages, and I'm 100 pages in. Like, I'm not finishing it. I'm just gonna hope that these guys finish the last pages and they'll talk about it.
I finished the last issue, and I noticed I said season 3 on top. I was like, oh, I wonder if these guys even read the right thing. And I was like, yeah.
And I was sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I have to finish reading it because I didn't.
So much funnier this way.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't see Trump die. I only finished it because I was fishing. I'm like, is this going to be on the last page? Like, where's this at?
And like the farther along you go in a World War II Ask for Mercy universe, you're like, where does Donald Trump fit in this? Like, how is this? Like, it's just gonna be like a random panel where Mercy just like busts into a universe where there's like Donald Trump is giving a speech and the aliens show up and eat his face. Like,
how did this happen?
I love how it's probably so confusing because I showed both of you the panel. It was just like, look where it happened.
Yeah. But I was sitting there the whole time. I was like, we read multiple books. Maybe we didn't get the right title of the one Justin actually read, and we read the wrong one that he read. I was like, we did something wrong here. But I read hard. It's so true.
Yes, yeah. I was like, I know I fucked this up in some way, but I didn't want to admit it. Until
so much time.
We didn't mess up, Max. Justin did.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It was an honest mistake.
Yeah, he was the villain.
It was an honest mistake.
Justin's the villain of this story. Okay,
I'll accept that.
It's Justin. It's not Justin. It's Justin's subconscious because Justin's actually a nice person, but there's a little devious, like a little asshole buried away somewhere down there, like, and he doesn't get out often, but he's like, I got these guys this time. I got these fuckers.
Yeah, gonna get them back for these pull jokes.
Yep. All the pull puns.
I'm really gonna mess with you over the course of these casts.
He's like, I'm pulling their chains this time.
Oh no! I'm ending this cast.
This comic book baby.
No editing.
This whole thing out. It's just me. A picture of me. We'll go here. Hello, everyone.
Oh, this guy.
Oh my goodness.
This cast suddenly got very uninteresting.
Yeah. Oh. Good night,
oh God.
Okay.
Oh God, it's like Ask for Mercy season 1 again. Oh God. Not again.
My goodness. All right. Well, I'm trying to think of like more positive things to say about this because I like.
I mean, it was honestly a disappointment.
There's just nothing good to say.
Yeah, it was just super disappointing. It was.
Well, I think the biggest problem is I sold you on one thing and you read something totally different. So in your mind, you were expecting something
a Carfax,
and you got no. Yeah.
But I mean, like the werewolf guy character, like, was he one of the aliens?
I don't know.
Just a random werewolf?
I don't know where he comes from.
I don't know. Like, I don't think he was a Croach, like, at all. Like
Croach, that's what they're called. What a stupid name.
Yeah, it's not a good name.
And like the way that the Croach happened, like what? Like the whole Pantheon. Like, I guess we didn't really talk about this book, by the way. So we just talked shit about it and then like said a couple points we didn't like. But like the whole Pantheon, there's the whole Pantheon, and then they used a whole bunch of people that were made up. So they're like, hey, here's the Pantheon, and then some people that don't exist in the Pantheon. And so they were all infected by what these things were called the Croach. And like, I guess that there was one guy with the power of his beautiful fucking mind was infected with the Croach, but he's like, fuck you. I'm going to take your power.
No, it was the power of love.
Yeah. The power of love. The power of love has made me be able to take your powers and use them against you. Logic. and it was so bad.
Interstellar.
I
Speaking
want
of
so
Nolan
many bad comics because this has been so much more fun for me. It just hearing you two complain about things.
It was not a pleasant one. I was very upset.
So,
Oh my
like,
God.
week or two of you guys reading a comic book you hate for me to enjoy an hour of you talking shit about it. I mean, it's a good trade-off for me.
I just like it when Max and I are in sync about hate. That's my favorite thing.
Hate.
I was worried Max was gonna like it, and then be like, "Hey, so explain that a little bit more."
Oh God, how terrible would that be?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh man, all the characters are so interesting, and the story is so well put together.
Yeah.
And Dakota hates.
And I don't know what's going on with the chick that the werewolf dude was in love with too. Like the people that he brought them to. How did they get there? What is? I mean, that might be explained in another season, but I don't want to find out. Like I don't. I don't
feel
want to
like
read them to find out.
I feel like that has to be explained in season 2, because Justin doesn't know what we're talking about, and we don't know what we're talking about. So if there's an explanation, it has to be in season 2.
Or they're just like, here's a ball. Hold on.
Yes. Yeah.
This has made me so happy.
Yeah. All right. So who was your least favorite character in this? Anyone? Go ahead.
Anyone?
Okay.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of their, like, is it Bungie, that like flying monster creature? Is that in the first season?
Yeah. It was just another
Bungie. Like it's fine, but it's not good.
They tried to emotionally attach you to another stupid character. It's one of those things where they're like, hey, here's a character who's not all that bright, but they're super resourceful. Love him.
Yeah.
I heard you like Baby Yoda. Let's make it a giant dragon.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Basically. That's basically what Bungie is.
Yeah.
A giant dragon Baby Yoda.
If we're talking about all the way up to when Justin has read it, least favorite character, Trump.
Oh, he got eaten. He was in like
I think I like Trump more than a lot of the characters in there.
He has personality.
Whether
you like that personality is a different thing.
I guess I'd have to say Red Dye. Red Dye was probably my least favorite character because he, with the power of love, stupid.
Yeah.
He hates love.
Yeah. So Red Dye was my least favorite character.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with Justin and say that Budgie is the worst character, just because, like, yeah, they really try hard for you to like, oh, what an endearing simpleton, you know, like.
He wasn't an enduring simpleton. Like, and then they did the same thing that they always do with an enduring simpleton. Oh no, he died. Oh no, he didn't actually.
Yep. Oh, he's like, Gandalf the White, eh?
Yeah. Excuse me, Gandalf the White was not a simpleton, and he is awesome.
I'm talking about going back from the dead.
But anyway,
yeah, no, but like Gandalf. Look, my dog's name's Gandalf. That's how awesome Gandalf is. But,
Gandalf. But Bungie,
for sure.
They did the typical thing. They're like, "Hey, Bungie, simpleton, but he's super resourceful. Oh no, he died. Oh wait, he comes back to protect you." It was a whirlwind.
Where did he come back from? They don't explain.
Yeah, he was just like he just became her armor. Like what happened was like he died, and then there she is being held against her will at the end of it, and then like everybody help me, and nobody helps her, and the next thing you know, he's like, "But I'll help you." And he was like her armor. He like encased her and like basically became her armor. Like he's this beastie monster, and then now he's armor.
He's like, you're inside Bungie now.
Yeah,
it feels good.
I'm uncomfortable. We should end this.
He's like, who's pulling who now?
I was uncomfortable with how shitty this comic book was.
I am doing you a favor by hiding both of them. I'm just kidding.
I mean, oh my goodness.
I'm excited for the rating system for this. Get creative, ladies.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna give this one tentacle monster out of 50 billion love-struck tentacle monsters?
I'm going to give it the exact same thing it gave itself, a pantheon with absolutely no members.
Man. So season 3, I would give that one.
You already rated it.
I did already rate it. Go see our other podcast to find my rating.
Yeah.
Check back. Pull yourself to previous podcasts, and you'll know Justin's rating of season 3 of Ask for Mercy. I was asking for mercy the whole fucking time.
Yeah, go get your pull.
Muting your mic.
Go have Justin mislead you again.
You can see how we got to this point.
Oh my goodness! All right, I'm gonna propose for our next episode we do another free for all. We just go out there and read some comic books and see what we got going.
I promise I'll make sure I do a season 3 thing.
Issue 2 is gonna drop.
Oh, for Ronan.
Should
or if you do, please just be a little more specific.
I made no promises.
I don't think I saw it on Comixology when I looked earlier today, but it might have dropped. So we might talk about that. But I think we should do just another free for all and see see what we can what's out there. What's fun to read.
That makes sense.
I can do it.
Cool.
Hold the door.
Oh, he's checking right now. We're live.
Yeah, he's checking it
on the air.
Don't worry about it. This isn't about you guys yet.
All right. Well, yep, it's all Dakota. It's there.
I just thought it was fun.
No,
it's not there. Okay. So yeah, hopefully that'll drop and we can talk about that. But go out there. Let's just read some comic books and see what we can pull out of the woodwork.
Are we going? Sorry, I can't talk. Are we going into this with the intention of trying to sales pitch the comics we read to then for the next episode be the thing all of us read together?
I'm just going to read Kanto again and try for round 2.
We won't say yes to that.
You're going to lose again.
Yeah,
you're going to lose again.
Excuse me, but at least I didn't shaft us like Justin.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, fair, but...
Yeah. I read the first issue. I read and presented the first issue.
You're still going to lose.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't good enough to beat out Ask for Mercy. Okay? Think about that. It lost to Ask for Mercy.
It lost to Trump getting slaughtered, all right? It was bullshit, all right? I want to recap.
I mean, if you want to read some more Kanto, go for it. Go for it, Dakota. I think that's fine.
He just sells his
but yeah, there's a... I mean, he can try. He didn't do... I don't know. He didn't do well enough last time to even get us to read issue 1. So I don't know how he's going to do better.
What if that's all I ever do is I...
But you know what? Again, I'm not hating on your style.
I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you the robot people killed Trump. That's what's going to happen.
And then when we read it and it's not in there, you're like, oh, no, that was season 3.
Where's Trump?
For the record, all you had to do was ask me, and I would have told you where the freaking thing was. You had a month to figure this out.
Oh, my God. That would require more reading of Ask for Mercy. I'm just not willing to do that.
Mm-hmm. I second that. We're back on the same page, Max.
It's like when you can't think of something, and you're like, I could Google this, but I don't care enough to. Like, that's where I'm at with Ask for Mercy.
Remember that time you guys didn't read Sandman?
I read...
Yes.
I read like 3/4. I just didn't read the shit part.
I read it. I've read Sandman. Okay? Yeah, you can't say I didn't read Sandman.
You forgot a lot of Sandman.
That is beside the point, sir. We were arguing the point that I did not read it.
Wait, actually, Max, Black Panther.
Yes.
What?
Jason,
Black Panther?
Black Panther. In the chat, Jason, Reed.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Jason.
yeah, we got that. We'll do that also. Yeah, there's also another one I want to read from a friend of mine, Brian Lau. He does Motor City Firehouse, which is a comic book about like he actually went and interviewed a bunch of like firemen in his local fire station, or whatever, and he put together a bunch of stories from them. So that's like a really good cause kind of deal, and I want us to read that at some point in time soon. But I did like the potpourri episode a lot, and I want to try more of that stuff. So I feel like it's a little less pressure, and we don't have to all read Ask for Mercy. But so I think for next one we should do that.
We're gonna double check Justin's homework hard.
What if I just lie every time? What if I just like you just never like one issue I just totally lie?
Fool me once. I'm checking all your homework. All right.
No, Justin. If we catch you in a lie, you have to actually make the comic book that you lied about.
Make it.
Yeah, you have to write it and find an artist and draw it.
It just stick figures. Just
get the Ask for Mercy person. They need a comic with a good story.
I'm looking at you, Abigail.
Goodness.
Yeah, just hire her.
Yeah, Abigail, you can get work. Yeah, Abigail, I hope you see a lot more work come your way. But that's you need to get away, distance yourself from that writer. Distance yourself from that writer.
It's probably your husband or something. Get away from that.
Hey, you know, like I'm not trying to like say he's whoever the art writer is a bad person. Just, you know, in your business, distance yourself from that person. Yeah, Ask for Mercy is a hot one.
Right there. Just, I'm not saying he's a bad person. Don't work with him. Credit.
Don't work with this person because their writing is not coherent. But anywho, that's all I got for this poll.
It was a lot of fun though, guys. I really enjoyed throwing you for a loop. It's been good.
Yeah, I felt like I was pulling on just a very soft meat the whole time. Nothing ever got me there. I was just not a pleasantly. Yeah. An awful lot like this image.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god!
It was like.
Oh my goodness! All right. On that note,
ending. It just kept pulling and we never. We just pulled for hours and we're just like, what's happening?
Truth, absolute truth. All right, well, you know, pull yourselves together, and we'll catch you guys next time. I'm
Dakota.
See ya.